Crayola pencils are literally the cheapest pencils that you can buy on the market, and they are typically known for being just like fun pencils to use, children's pencils, nothing too special, and they're definitely not classed as professional quality pencils. But I really wanted to put these pencils to the test. The last time I used Crayola pencils was probably when I was a child, so this has been a long time coming. So I want to definitely have a look at like the build quality and use these pencils in a demo as well, and also try out some different techniques with these pencils as well. So if you enjoy these types of videos and you want to see more, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and also turn the notification bell on. So firstly, when I was actually looking at these pencils, I bought a set of 12 pencils and I was pretty surprised by the quality of them. So they were actually better quality than I thought they were going to be, and I really wanted to try them with loads of different techniques to get a honest feel for how they will perform. So the first thing that I actually did was I decided to just do a tiger eye study, and I pretty much just started this the same way that I would for any drawing. This isn't going to be like a drawing tutorial as such, I'm just going to mainly be focusing on the performance of the pencils. So firstly, I started with the black pencil, and I just did like the same thing that I would normally do for any drawing, which is just starting with like the outlines and things. And I was pretty surprised because I thought that the black pencil was pretty dark, it had quite a lot of value to it, and also the pencils sharpened really well as well, which is very important because especially when you're drawing animals, you want to be using sharp pencils to get in all those really fine details. So straight away I made sure to just sharpen the pencils to a really fine point, and the point lasted a long time. I didn't actually have to sharpen these pencils a lot, and I also didn't experience a lot of breakages with them either. So for drawing the tiger eye study, I was really happy because it was so easy to get in all the little details, so like the outlines of the eyes, the shape of different highlights and sections, and also the fur as well. And I am only using 12 pencils for this drawing as well, so it definitely was a challenge for me. Not only was I using super cheap pencils, but I was also having to just use a limited supply of pencils as well, so really trying to focus on mixing a lot of colours. So for the eye, this is where like the first part of the mixing colours came in, because there was a lot of different colours in the eyes, a lot of hues in them, and I had to do a lot of layering, so it was really important for me to see exactly how well these pencils laid over each other, and I was really surprised. So I thought they were going to be really scratchy because when I first took them out the packaging they seemed pretty brittle, but they were really good for layering, and I used them in conjunction with the embossing tool as well. So an embossing tool, I just use that to gently score the paper, and what that does is it just preserves some of the white paper grain, so as you shade over that you still see the white paper grain underneath, and it just helps to add like a lot of realistic features to the drawing. So I definitely wanted to see not only how well the pencils laid onto the paper, but whether they went straight over the embossing lines, because sometimes the pencils can actually go into the embossing lines and you don't preserve the white highlights. So here you can actually see me just testing out a few different techniques. I'm just starting with the embossing lines. I just used the embossing tool, I scored the paper, and then like magic, as you go over the lines you can actually see the lines showing through. So I was pretty happy with this technique and how it worked out. Then the second thing that is super important to me is creating highlights. This is definitely where I was having a lot of problem. So I use typically a white pencil for creating highlights, but not only that, I do also use it for a lot of blending in combination with other colours as well. And it was really hard to get any sort of highlights, any light areas with the white pencil. It was pretty useless. And as you could just probably see there, I did have a few breakages as well. So I didn't have a lot of breakages with these pencils, not as much as what I thought I would, but as soon as I applied really heavy pressure, then they started to break. So as you can see here, I'm just trying out like different swatches. I'm just trying to get a feel for these pencils and see how well like they work and things. So I was actually starting to create different swatches, like layering and burnishing, to see how well these pencils were on the paper. And what I do is I just use like the side of the pencil and I just shade in some color, like the same sort of technique that I was using for the eye. And then I also just mixed some colors into that as well and just gradually built up like all of my pressure. And the other thing that I was really happy with was like the saturation of the pencils as well. So I definitely didn't expect them to be as good for like the vibrancy of colours, but I did actually get some really nice vibrant colours, and the colours really mixed well with each other as well. So it wasn't like I had one colour and then another colour just went straight over the top and created like a really waxy film. They blended in really well. And as you can see with like that eye, I definitely got a very realistic result. I was really happy with how the eye looked as well. And then moving on to the second eye, it's pretty much just the same process as what I did for the first eye. So there really is like a step-by-step process that I do. And obviously it's very important that the pencils perform well in like each area and each step so that the eye starts to look more and more realistic. So here you can actually see me just testing out more techniques. So I actually tested out using an X-Acto knife, and then I'm also testing out a solvent. So what I'm doing with the solvent is I'm just literally getting some solvent onto a paintbrush, and what a solvent does is it actually breaks down the pencil pigment to the binder within the pigment, and when that happens the pencils start to blend. And I actually got a really good result blending these pencils. As you can see, straight away they become a lot more vibrant and they became a lot smoother as well, especially as I added more and more layers. So the first layer I got a little bit of like a blotchy look to it, but as I added more pencils down, I definitely noticed that the colors became a lot more saturated, a lot more vibrant, and a lot smoother and softer as well. And for each pencil layer that I blend out with solvent, I just use less and less solvent the more that I go on. So the other thing that was super important to me was definitely getting some value into my drawing as well. So making sure that I'm getting a lot of contrast between light and dark areas, and definitely making sure that those like really dark areas pop. So for example, in the eyes, I created a lot of shadow and things. And now I'm actually moving on to the fur, so I want to talk about how well these pencils were for like details and also mixing colours as well, because as I said, I'm only using 12 pencils for this, so I had to be like really careful with the colour selection. I wanted to make sure that I used colours appropriately together so that I got the most out of the colours. So for the fur, I did actually use quite a lot of oranges and reds, some yellow, some brown and black as well, and I just tried to combine all these different colours together to get the result that I was wanting. And as you can see there, what I started by doing was just creating like the main shape of the fur, like the main outlines of the fur and the structure of the fur, and then it was just a case of trying to build up lots of different colours, lots of different tones. I also did use the embossing tool as well to help me with creating more specific details in the fur. That's super important as well because fur is very detailed. So I literally just went in and I just started to create lots of different fur texture by looking at things like the length, the direction of the fur, and also the fur growth itself. And again, what I wanted to do was I also wanted to test the white pencil, so I wanted to see how well the highlights came up. So what I am doing here is just creating a swatch of colour and then just going over that swatch to create highlights. And I have to say the white pencil was pretty useless, so it was very translucent, and what you want is a more opaque white colour, because the more opaque it is, the better it is going to show up as in terms of like a highlight. So I was trying to create like different highlights within the waterline, and it was pretty hard to do that unless I used like the embossing tool to preserve the paper. And you can see how well that embossing tool like helps with creating details, because as you shade over the embossing lines, they are still visible, so that was super important as well. And another technique that I use a lot in my drawings is using an X-Acto knife. So that is like a little craft knife, and you can use that to pull up highlights or details within the fur or hair, whatever it is, towards the end of the drawing. And what you can do is actually just scratch away the top layers of pencil, and what it will do is reveal the lighter layers underneath. So again, I was super surprised at how well the pencil lifted off the paper. Sometimes it can be really hard for me to use this technique, especially with wax pencils, but because these pencils were a lot harder and a lot more brittle, it was so much easier to actually scratch away all the different layers. And I did actually use that technique right at the end of the drawing as well, so I just scratched away some certain areas of the drawing just to reveal some lighter tones underneath, and it definitely helped to just finish this off and give it like a really nice realistic look. So that is actually it for today's drawing. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed me testing out Crayola pencils. If you have any suggestions for any other pencil brands or any other art brands or products that you want me to test out, definitely let me know by commenting in the description box down below. And I really hope that you did enjoy this video. I'm so excited to explore more things like this. And as always, if you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye!